Welcome to TMZ Live. Tiger Woods, we found out, did the ultimate name drop when he got in that accident right before he had to do a field sobriety test that led to his arrest.
Yeah, as if just saying Tiger Woods would not have been enough of a name drop. He went even higher. He went right to the White House. Yes, name dropping President Trump right after his rollover accident. And this is the moment on the body cam as he makes the reference.
Mr. Woods, get you to hang out down here with us, please.
Thank you so much. All right, you got it. All right, thank you. Bye. Say again?
Just keep you down here with us, please.
Yeah, I was just talking to the president. Trying to get away from everybody.
So this is not just name dropping the president. He was called, or either he called Trump or Trump called him. We don't know which. But if you believe Tiger Woods, and I do, because of the way he said it, he was talking to Donald Trump. The question, why?
You're right. I mean, the big question is, it seems too coincidental that Trump would have called him right after this accident, right?
I agree.
So most likely Tiger called him. But what was that call about?
Well, the only thing that, look, I don't know what it's about, but I do know that that's Donald Trump land down where he got arrested and got in the accident. And
it's also Tigerland. I mean, he lives. It was
Tigerland, but he's the guy they're looking at. So who can help him?
Right.
And that's what I'm
He must
thinking.
have asked Tiger Woods. He must have asked Donald Trump for help, right? That would be the only point to call him from the scene.
Why else would you call the president?
And look, if I was Tiger and I had the president's number, I would try it too. Anything to get arrested, but I mean,
stop from getting arrested.
To stop for anything, right? To stop from getting arrested. That's the only reason.
But there was one other thing that had coincidentally happened the night before, and in fact, on the scene later in the video, just a few minutes later, you hear Tiger's manager making a reference to the president apologizing, or Tiger says the president was apologetic.
Right.
The night before,
he was
the
on
president
the 5.
had been on the 5, and he revealed, which Tiger didn't want out, that Tiger was not going to play in the Masters.
Right. So it's possible, Charles, Trump could have been calling Tiger, and it just coincidentally.
By the way, really odd.
Possible, but man, would that be a coincidence.
And it makes sense now. Donald Trump was on the tarmac, and he seemed to know a lot about what was happening.
Well, it was out. By the time he was on the tarmac, the accident was out.
But the way he responded when reporters asked him.
Well, because
it was
Tiger
weird
was
that he
talking
knew
to
it.
Right.
Tiger was talking.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what we're
exactly.
saying.
He knew about it. They asked him, and he was like, oh, yeah, you know.
So as opposed to saying, yeah, don't worry about the Masters thing, they were talking about the accident.
Yes.
And this is before Tiger took the field sobriety test.
By the way, we should show you some of the field sobriety test, because you were pretty convinced, and I would say so was I, that he was in big, big trouble getting a second DUI. When you see the field sobriety, not so sure that Tiger might get out of this.
I agree, and I was wrong when I looked at the police report, and it looked like they just had him dead to rights. But when you look at this, yeah, I mean, maybe he's kind of slow in the uptake here, but it's not the kind of,
it's not like the 2017
one. Where he is just totally stumbling and out of it. And then, there's something else. When you look at the police report, there's one part that says he was lethargic, and another part says he's alert and talkative. So it seems inconsistent.
Yeah.
And so, he's doing the test there, and maybe the fine points aren't right, but you can't look at that and say, oh my God,
you're not going to show that to a jury and they're immediately going to go, this guy's guilty.
And because he refused the urinalysis test,
they don't know
what was in his system. So the only thing a jury would be left with is looking at this field sobriety test, and he himself said, A, I'm shook up because I just rolled my car over, and B, I've had 20 surgeries on my leg and my,
Right. And now, there is the part, remember, he had the 2 Norco painkillers, opioids.
But there's
in
no
his
proof
pocket.
he took anything.
No proof he took it. Certainly.
So now I'm thinking,
great, though.
Now I'm thinking this could go the way 2017 did, which is they cut it down to reckless driving or something like that, and he doesn't get, because he didn't get a DUI in 2017.
He didn't that time, but again, that was first time offender.
So they can't look at it and say he has a prior DUI because he wasn't convicted of that.
Oh, the prosecutors know what he was.
But the judge can't say it's a DUI and therefore throw the book at him. And this time, I don't know, he just doesn't look out of it the way he did before. So there is a chance Tiger Woods could skate.
Hey guys, Dane Drebin from Gig Harbor, Washington. Thanks for having me on. I was just on the other line with the president, coincidentally enough. I do not believe it was a coincidence at all. Come on now. You know, he was like, just had the wherewithal to be like, presidential pardon maybe for the DUI. I think he definitely was trying to pull the old Trump card.
It's a state offense, but, you know, I'm sure the president has some clout down there.
Huge news today in the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni ongoing legal war. Most of Blake Lively's lawsuit has been dismissed. Most importantly, the sexual harassment and defamation claims tossed out today by a judge.
So this is a big, big loss for Blake. So, you know, she has alleged a variety of things, that he kissed her in a scene where it didn't call for kissing, went into her trailer when she was breastfeeding. There are other allegations. The judge said, look, you based all of this on California law, the sexual harassment law. The problem is, all of these alleged acts occurred on the set, which was in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So basing this on California law is just wrong. So the judge said, I'm dismissing all the sexual harassment claims.
And then there were 13 counts, 13 claims in her lawsuit. 10 have been dismissed.
10 have been dismissed. One of those 10 is also a defamation claim.
Yeah, the defamation claim was tossed out on the same reason that the judge had earlier tossed out Justin Baldoni's defamation claim, which said basically you are just commenting on a pending legal action, and we understand all you're doing is commenting, and the New York Times was commenting on, and he sued the New York Times as well. You're commenting on pending legal actions. You're not adding anything to that.
Mostly his lawyer, Brian Friedman.
And in this case, it was his lawyer, Brian Friedman, that served as sort of the basis of the claims that the defamation claims she was bringing. And they said he has a right to speak about pending legal actions, and therefore you can't base a defamation claim on that.
So now the only thing left is retaliation. She is saying that when she filed a claim on set that this was a hostile working environment at the hands of Justin Baldoni, she says he retaliated by trying to smear her, using publicists and others to basically torch her career. And she says as a result, she's lost tens of millions of dollars.
Which is still pretty juicy that you're going to have that whole smear campaign thing play out in the trial when it starts in May. But
it's important to note that the judge wasn't saying that it's a good case, that Blake's allegations are true or anything like that. It's just saying that she properly pled those in the complaint. Therefore, those can go through to a jury.
So we have talked
there's also
about
breach of contract is still going forward, but who cares about breach of contract?
We've talked about this before, that, look, this case, to me, it makes no sense to go to trial. Both sides are going to lose. They're going to get grilled like cheeseburgers on the stand and cross-examination, and it's going to be no good for either of them for their careers. I will just say that I have seen so many cases over many decades where they get ready for trial, they go to the courthouse, a jury is picked, they are ready for opening argument, and then all of a sudden, the lawyers walk out into the hallway, they ask the judge for an hour, they come back in right before opening argument.
And then suddenly, we've got a settlement.
We got a settlement.
And you know who the one winner in those cases are?
The lawyers.
The lawyers are the ones.
The lawyers are the winners.
Yeah.
As it should be, folks. Get out of here. I'm kidding.
Coming up.
Speaker of the House Mike Johnson and Senate Leader Thune have decided that they can make a deal. It hasn't happened yet, but there is some movement. So joining us now to talk about the recess and the potential deal is Congressman Jim McGovern from Massachusetts.
Be right back.
We have gotten more photographs of members of Congress who are not in Washington, D.C., because they are on a 2-week spring break as thousands of federal workers continue to struggle because they haven't been paid for 6 weeks. The latest, Senator Cory Booker.
Senator Booker has left Jersey, and he is loving life on the left coast. He is out here in L.A., got photos of him this morning, Thursday morning, at the London hotel.
A very swanky hotel in LA, I might add.
Hotel, indeed. He and his wife enjoying some breakfast. Looks like, based on their clothing, maybe they just completed a workout, or maybe they're going to work out.
So we know that he is in LA for a book signing. He has a book out, and he's going to be in
a book he's very proud of, by the way. He's apparently #2 on the
New York Times bestseller list.
Yeah.
And so he's going to appear in Santa Monica tomorrow night. So, you know, we're going international now. We showed you a picture yesterday of some congressmen in Scotland, in Edinburgh, Scotland, at the Edinburgh Castle.
Now
we pointed out 3 or 4 of them.
Yes.
Now it turns out there are many, many more.
There are 30 members of Congress who are over there, and we are trying to identify more of them in the photo here. But yes, there's a large congressional delegate over there, which, by the way,
we pay for.
Yes,
you pay for.
You pay for those congressional delegations when they travel wherever around the world.
And the interesting thing is that historically, when there's been a shutdown, they've canceled these congressional delegations. They're called codals. This was not canceled.
Interesting. Very interesting. So, look, there's been some movement, and I don't know what changed, why Speaker of the House Mike Johnson and Senate Leader Thune have decided that they can make a deal. It hasn't happened yet, but there is some movement. Why? Not sure. And who's actually, someone's going to claim that they won, but did they actually? So joining us now to talk about the recess and the potential deal is Congressman Jim McGovern from Massachusetts. Congressman McGovern, welcome to TMZ Live.
I'm happy to be with you.
First of all, you got to tell us. Is that a painted background, or are
That's
you
gotta be
actually in Washington, D.C.?
Zoom background.
I'm here in person.
That's amazing. Are you lonely?
I am lonely. I was back here hoping we would have a vote today or tomorrow in the House, but apparently that's not going to be the case.
So why are there rumblings now that maybe Congress will come back? There's no sure thing about it, but maybe they'll cut this spring break short. That's interesting because there was no ifs, ands, or buts. They were off for 2 weeks. What's changing here where they might come back?
Look, I think people are expressing their outrage. Members of Congress, members of the Senate are hearing from their constituents. They're hearing from TSA agents at airports that this has to stop. So the pressure has been intense. And this morning, the Senate met kind of in a pro forma session and basically did what was necessary to acquit itself of its responsibility in terms of moving the compromise legislation that we should have taken up and passed on Friday forward, and now it's up to the House. And so we're waiting for Mike Johnson to tell us what's next. He can call us back today. He should call us back today. We should get this done now.
Do you really think that that they took this break and it meant going out into the country, or out of the country in some cases, and encountering citizens who are pissed off about this? I mean, we've seen it on our website. People have been, leaving comments like, what the hell's going on? So do you think that's what changed?
I do. I really do. I mean, I think, if this were about doing what was right, we would have passed this thing on Friday. If Speaker Mike Johnson had scheduled what had passed the Senate on Friday, it would have passed overwhelmingly with bipartisan support. I mean, it was a compromise bill. Not everything I wanted, not everything, the Republicans wanted, but it was a compromise. It would have passed overwhelmingly. And he chose not to schedule it. So we couldn't have an up or down vote on it. We voted on some other thing that he put on the floor. But this could have been done on Friday. So people left, I think, and people have been pressured by their constituents and by people at airports about, like, what the hell are you doing? Why don't you just fix this? And so as a result of that, I think Johnson's getting a lot of feedback from rank and file Republican members saying, we got to do something. And the only thing that we can do in the immediate term is pass the compromise that was overwhelmingly passed by the Senate. And again, I want to do that now. I'm afraid that if we don't do it until we come back, I mean, we're off for another week. Anything can happen.
So let me ask you an institutional question. So there is this beltway mentality where people in D.C., it's almost kind of an inbreeding, that they talk to each other and their world centers around that group of people who work in D.C. It is shocking to me that members of Congress have been so tone deaf that they actually had to leave to understand how outraged people are, that they couldn't avert a shutdown and they would just leave town, that they're almost stunned. I mean, when we've put pictures up, some of the offices where we've called them, they've been kind of shocked that, oh my God, that people are so angry about this. Doesn't it say something about Washington, D.C., that the people who left had no idea how angry people are over the way they've done their jobs?
No, I understand your point, but I just want to push back a little bit. I don't believe this is a both sides shutdown, to be honest with you. I mean, Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House. They have the ability to schedule things. Democrats do not. That's not to say Democrats are perfect, but the bottom line is the Speaker of the House decided to leave Washington without a vote on that Senate compromise and to not schedule anything else. You know, quite frankly, I think he should have stayed here until we worked all this stuff out. And I think the American people would have appreciated that.
Speaking of, where is Mike Johnson right now?
I have no idea. Yeah, maybe he's at Disney World with Lindsey Graham. I don't know. I'm looking for him. I can't find him.
All right, Congressman, before we let you go, I just want to, for our audience to make, can you turn around and touch the pillar behind you just so we know this is not a backdrop?
We saw people walking.
Just so we know it's not a backdrop. Okay.
Yeah, this is not a fake screen. I'm here in person in real.
I just want to make sure you weren't in Paris, with a Zoom background. All right.
Hey, we really,
thank you so much,
really appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much.
Great to be with you. Thank you.
Coming up.
Oh, the summer house drama is, I think we're just at the tip of the iceberg. Somehow, Sierra got a video that showed Amanda and West together.
They were being very intimate in the video.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
BB Rexa was looking hot on vacation.
Look at the water, too.
Did you just say, look at the water? I mean, I'll be honest, that is what I was looking at. Oh, the summer house drama is, I think we're just at the tip of the iceberg here, but
they were talking about this on CNN this morning.
Of course they were. This is a huge reality TV scandal. So just to catch you up for those who don't know, the big news was that Amanda and West announced this week on social media that they are actually dating. And there have been rumors about it, but they came clean and said they were dating. They'd actually denied it before. The reason it's a big deal is that Amanda's one of her best friends is Sierra.
And Sierra was dating West for a short period of time, a couple of years ago. But this is a felonious violation of the girl code, which means you don't date the guy that your best friend was dating, no matter how far away it was or how short the period of time was. It's some kind of a betrayal. So this has become a huge thing.
So what we couldn't figure out is why did West and Amanda choose to announce that they were together?
We think it's because of the reunion show. I'm sorry.
I agree. That's what I thought it was. But maybe it was something else, because we have now found out, we just broke the story on the website, that Sierra had a video. Somehow Sierra got a video that showed Amanda and West together. Now, what was on that video and how they were together, I'm not certain, but whatever she saw in that
how'd she get the video?
Yeah, and whatever she saw was enough that she was upset, and maybe they thought she was gonna go public, and that's why I don't know. But
and people close to them keep stressing how concerning this is to them now, because they're like, well, we were in West's apartment and they're in this intimate. The video's been described as very intimate. They were being very intimate in the video.
Who shot this video?
That we don't know.
Was it them
Someone
who
had
video?
a direct shot into his apartment where they were being intimate, and this person's filming it. And from what we've been told from people close to West and Amanda is they had no idea someone was filming them. So they're concerned now also that
Was somebody shooting through a window?
correct.
Yes, that
They were
someone
in
had
his
shot through a window.
apartment, and someone is shooting into his apartment.
What city are they in?
In New York. This is in
Oh,
Manhattan.
so this is in New York.
Yeah.
And then whoever shot that video then
Took
somehow got it to Sierra.
Somehow got it to Sierra, whether it was through a text message, a direct message on
Right.
social media. We don't even know if this person that took the video personally knows Sierra, but they got the video to her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So
It's a Summer House fan. It's
You
a
know
Summer
what-
House fan who lived in an apartment across the
can
street.
I tell you what's interesting? Just as a lawyer, what would be interesting is if West and Amanda sued Sierra to make her come clean as to who gave her the video, and then make it
What's the grounds for suing
invasion
her?
of privacy.
But she didn't shoot the video.
She participated.
No,
by,
no.
No, hold on. But how do we know about this video?
Well, there's nothing to do with Sierra.
Did Sierra show this to anybody? Are you sure?
I mean,
Well, we
that's
don't
not
know
what we've
that,
heard.
but we know she obtained it. So she
File
has
a John Doe
copy of
then you
it.
file a John Doe lawsuit. You subpoena Sierra for a deposition, and you want to find out the identity of the person who shot the video. And you
What if Sierra has no idea? It's just someone anonymously sent it to her on social media.
But what if she does? You take. I mean, that would be rich to haul her into court.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the judge would be like, "You violated girl code, Amanda."
I don't know what you're doing in my court, but we believe in girl code in this court.
The other crazy thing with all this going on is they've wrapped the season like several months ago, so the show is airing right now. They have not gone cameras up. Like Bravo has not put cameras
Are they still
back up.
together?
That we're trying to figure out if they're still together. One would
Well,
assume.
they
they
must be. They
hard
just
launched in
announced
a
it.
statement, but
Right.
then her ex Kyle came out yesterday saying
Amanda's ex.
Amanda's going through this really hard time. This has really affected her mental health.
Kyle's still married to Amanda. Technically, they're just they're
Technically,
divorced.
yeah.
They're filing for
It's not
divorce.
been finalized. Yeah.
Oh. Mm-hmm. This feels very GMA.
Just to say again, when is this reunion?
And they're filming the
taping?
reunion in like 3 more weeks. So all that time that's going to
boy.
pass.
Okay. We weren't born yesterday, especially him.
Especially me.
Shannon Hill, and we need to talk about how Kyle Cook might make his redemption arc this year.
Ooh.
And is Sierra Miller going to get her Ariana Madix treatment? And is this Summer House drama as big as Scandal?
I didn't think it was, but it is starting to feel like it. Everybody's talking about this thing. I agree with you. I didn't think it would be, but it's becoming that.
I want to know, why do you think that Kyle's going to have a redemption arc here? Because he's standing up for Amanda? Is that?
Well, I think his interview on the street yesterday gave him a really good look. I mean, yeah, for one, he's definitely standing up for his soon-to-be ex-wife. And he is kind of pointing out that there is some injustice going on with West receiving all of these brand new followers to his Instagram.
Wait a minute, I don't understand. Why would Kyle need redemption? He's just divorcing Amanda. I don't get it.
Well, the way this season was playing out, Kyle.
Somebody said something in my ear.
We cannot repeat.
A word we can't repeat, but they don't like him. I guess he didn't present well on the show. Is that it?
Correct. This season was not his best look.
Got it.
I might have to start watching this thing.
I know. Now, see, they sucked us in.
They did.
Coming up.
Brian Littrell of the Backstreet Boys has got himself some beachfront property. You think you'd be thrilled.
No,
it is turned into...
It's his property.
Yes.
It's nobody else's.
It is an all-out turf war down in Florida.
Sorry, here. You cannot be putting my face, bro. You just
Be right back.
Brian Littrell of the Backstreet Boys has got himself some beachfront property. You think you'd be thrilled.
No,
it is turned into...
It's his property.
Yes.
It's nobody else's.
It is an all-out turf war down in Florida.
Turf and surf.
No, there's no surf. It's surf and turf also.
Okay.
Thanks,
Anywho.
Devin. Anyway, turf war, and Brian got into it with a local who was on the beach, and Brian felt like this guy was on his property.
See, they have a thing where they say that the dry sand is Brian's private property, the wet sand is public beach, and this guy is saying I'm on the wet sand, and Brian's saying you're on the dry sand.
It is a whole thing. So it explodes to the point that they both start recording each other on their phones, and you're going to hear some heated words here And in fact, some people thought that Brian had used a slur here. We actually got the uncensored video. We've cleared that he did not use a slur. However, it's definitely some homophobic language used here.
Sorry, here. You cannot be putting my face, bro. Dude, you just I'm on the wet sand right now, bro.
I'm not in your face. You can't grab my phone, dog.
Dude, I didn't know. Something came in my face out of nowhere, bro.
Yeah,
Look at this gay.
Right?
Look at this, bro.
This is what I deal with. This is what I deal with. People like this.
Seriously.
People just like this.
You came and shoved your phone in my face, bro. You're lucky I didn't knock you out. Yes, you did. You reached around me from behind my back, dude. I got you on video. Bro, you're never gonna. You bought a house next to private property.
You touched me, dog.
You bought. No, I didn't touch you. You put face.
You hit my phone.
No, I got it right
you want
here,
to be gay?
I got it right here.
You want to be a That's what you want to be.
Backstreet
You're
Boys.
the one that did.
Backstreet Boys. Water hit the No, dude. No,
hey, this is what I deal with. This is what I deal with the
I've done this
beach.
before,
so
bro.
we'll have him taken off.
You've done it because you don't have enough money to buy property. You bought next to a public property. Look, the public access.
Public access doesn't grant you public.
No,
public
dude.
beach.
We all been here for 20 years. You've been here 3. You're done for it. You're done for, bro.
You're done, bro. You're done, bro.
There's so much to talk about here. We're going to show you something else that is hysterical.
Hilarious, yes.
But before we do, it's like when you have a beach and people walk the beach and people don't really look at property lines, it's like you should have just expected. I'm sorry, Brian.
But Harvey, Brian obviously bought this house. You pay a lot of money to have a private beach in front of your house.
Right.
And so, this isn't the first time.
Is there a fence, Devin?
There's no fence.
Okay, so people walk the beach.
How are they going to know where your easement is?
But the problem is, this isn't obviously the first guy. He's been involved in a lawsuit with a woman over this.
That's what you get when you buy property where there are no defined lines.
Well, no, he's saying wet sand.
I know he's saying wet sand.
Is that the law?
There's a whole lawsuit going on, and no one can really determine.
There actually is. What I'm saying is, yeah, technically, Brian, you're right. But in reality, when people walk the beach, they put their towel down where they want to put their towel down. You're gonna have this
problem. But also,
problem.
Brian said that when he was talking to cops, that this guy had done this the weekend before.
How close was he to the wet sand?
I mean, actually, in this guy's defense, it looks like he's in the wet sand.
No, his butt was on dry sand.
Charles.
But his feet are in wet sand.
I heard
if
cops,
you're going to split butt hairs on something like this, it's ridiculous.
But cops were talking on body cam about, how you determine it is you pick up the sand, and if it's clumped, then that's wet sand.
So
if
who
falls through your fingers, that's the dry sand.
Who does that? Who picks up the sand and says, oh, this is dry, it's my property? It's like, you know what you're getting when you buy it.
He probably should move.
Okay, we got to show you this.
We got to show you this. So after all of that happens, Brian does call the police, and the police show up,
which is unbelievable.
And they talk to Brian. This is
great.
The end of his conversation with the police.
This is great.
This is great.
What's his problem?
He just wants to cause havoc with me.
Okay.
Because I'm a celebrity, so he wants to.
I never bought that.
No, that's the wrong group.
Oh, what happened?
They went by when Justin left.
Oh, stop it.
That was really good. We're the OGs. Yeah. We're still kicking.
Wow.
Oh my God, there's so much happening.
Backstreet Boys shading in sync.
The cop didn't know who he was.
Shading Justin in particular, and then suffering the humiliation.
No, actually shading in
He's
sync, not necessarily
He's
Justin.
saying in sync was done once Justin left.
Oh, see, I thought he was talking about with Justin. I thought he was talking about the DUI.
No, he was saying when Justin left the group, they went bye. Like they were irrelevant.
You're
so
mixing this with Justin's situation where the cop
another cop who didn't know.
Nonetheless, the other cop who didn't know what Justin Timberlake.
Boy bands not big in police locker rooms. Apparently.
Although this woman is team in sync.
In sync.
So
bye.
I'm a celebrity. This is why this is happening to me. It's like this is going to happen when you buy beachfront property like this, and you say, "I own the
whether you're a celebrity
I
or
own
not.
the dry sand. You can sit in the wet." It's like ridiculous.
Hi. Hi, Nat from Minnesota. I am shocked to see this, especially because Brian says that his whole thing is about faith and family. He was the choir boy that went straight into the Backstreet Boys. So to see him dropping that he's a celebrity and then saying the cop not even knowing who he was, that's great. I can't believe that part. But I think that the biggest thing here is that whenever there's property disputes, people get so heated, and there's something about it being on the beach with water and sand that always takes it to a new level. And I think it does have to do with the price that he's paying to be there, but crazy to see him film himself using that kind of language.
And also, do you understand that if you have high tide and low tide, your property line changes every day? So it could be here at 2 o'clock, it could be here at 4 o'clock, it could be here at 6 o'clock. So it's like, it's so murky anyway.
You know what? This whole thing makes me miss Judge Milian. This would have been perfect on the People's Court.
No, it would have been. She would have been fabulous at this.
Well, you thought Brian Littrell was pissed. Kanye was not happy. Kanye West, which it seems like we say that a lot. He should have been celebrating last night. Had the first, I believe it was the first of several shows he's got at SoFi last night
in Los Angeles.
And huge show, packed house. He should be celebrating. It's his first show in LA in 5 years. Well, something went wrong, not once, but twice. And Kanye called out his own crew multiple times over it, right in the middle of a song.
Yo, pause. Stop it. Yo, I don't like these when the lights move like that, like a disco and They don't go with the stage. Don't do that. Stop doing that. Sorry, guys. Run it back.
Like we always do with this time.
Yo, stop. You see that? When it does that, don't do that. What is this, an SNL skit? Stop. Is this like an SNL skit or something? Stop doing the vibrating Vegas lights, bro. Like, we went over this in rehearsal.
Maybe they didn't have enough rehearsals.
No, so we
Maybe
went
they
over
just didn't
this
have
in
enough
rehearsal.
rehearsals.
Don't make me stop this car right now.
Oh
hey,
my
you know,
God.
there's something I would like to call.
You were there.
Yeah, I was at the concert last night. His first concert he's done, in LA since 2021. Just so everybody knows, this was supposed to start at 7 p.m. Kanye didn't take the stage until after 9 o'clock.
And what did you do?
How are you feeling this morning?
What did you do?
Well, I when I got to the stadium at 6 o'clock, I went and got my snacks. I went with my girlfriend, which, by the way, did not want to be there. She made that very evident while she was there with me. Got my snacks, waited, and then I just kept checking my watch like, all right.
So you ate snacks for 2 hours?
Well, I finished them pretty quickly, actually. And it was also kind of awkward because, like, you know how most bands, like, they at least have, like, some sort of background noise playing, like, some sort of music. It was just, like, quiet. So all you could hear is, like, other people, like, talking. And at one point, people in, like, the stadium were just, like, whistling back and forth, like, trying to create their own noise and their own environment. But eventually
Kanye's not sharing with anybody. he did have a surprise guest on stage last night, though. His daughter, Northwest.
Not a surprise.
That's not a surprise at this point.
Not a surprise.
But look, it was packed, 70,000 people. A lot of celebrities were there. In addition to Cameron, our staffer, Erykah Badu was there, Dion Cole, Kai Cenat, French Montana. We even got a couple celebrities leaving the concert, but yeah, he definitely crashed out.
There's no question here.
The blowback wasn't there.
There is
he
no
packed
blowback.
the stadium.
He's packed the stadium. How many shows does he have? Is it 4?
The second one. One more tomorrow.
One more tomorrow.
Okay,
so far.
And so actually, tomorrow was originally the only one, but it sold out so fast that he added yesterday's show, the Wednesday show.
Really?
Yeah, it was originally just an April 3rd show, but it sold out so fast that April 1st became.
On Passover, I might add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming up.
So one of our employees got his rite of passage yesterday.
Yes, Nancy Grace really gave Jackson the business.
Well, obviously, your question that you're stating now doesn't match with your last question.
Be right back.
So one of our employees got his rite of passage yesterday.
Yes, Nancy Grace really gave Jackson the business. Now, Nancy was talking to Jackson for our YouTube channel. Jackson has been doing a lot of really interesting interviews about all sorts of ongoing cases. Yesterday, he was talking to her about Nancy Guthrie and the fact that some people may view the Guthrie case as a cold case, but others think that there is still more that the FBI can dig through here. But Jackson was talking to Nancy, and you know this. I mean, you've spoken to her much more than I have. But it is always interesting, and she is always going to really give you the business. Yeah. So here's Jackson's baptism by fire.
He spoke to the effect that his ego, Nanos' ego, could actually be the primary reason as to why this case has not been solved. Have you heard anything about Sheriff Nanos and his, how he's conducted this case?
Frankly, sir, throwing stones at Nanos, who obviously is in over his head, is not advancing this investigation. So to ask me to personally attack Nanos, he doesn't need me attacking him. He's stepped in it all on his own.
Well, I think it's a relevant speaking point considering how they did conduct this case. If it was handed over to the FBI sooner, one could make the argument that there would be a higher rate of possibility that we found Nancy Guthrie. So I disagree. I do think it's a relevant talking point.
Well, obviously, your question that you're stating now doesn't match with your last question. You asked me to comment on Nanos' ego. Now you're asking me about major missteps in this investigation. Those are two very different things.
I think you did a good job.
I
think you held your
yourself
own
just fine with her. And
by the way, I do see the connection between what you're saying and look,
how
it's true that his ego is different than if the FBI had stepped in earlier. There are technically two different things, but you were in the right ballpark.
You were in the ballpark, but again, were you scared of Nancy Smith? Were you scared?
Nancy Smith? Were you scared of Nancy Grace?
Because what you have to understand is I don't regularly consume her content. So when she, lit a match under my butt, I was like, what is going on here? I didn't know how to respond. But at the end of the day, I thought I was genuinely right. So I stood my ground and I thought she was gonna, run through the screen and rip my head off. But, luckily,
he came over to my desk after the interview. He goes, I don't know what happened. I was like, I know what happened.
Let me say, I've known Nancy Grace for decades. What you just described, that's when she likes you. So you did a good job.
Coming up.
Well, another Mario Brothers creation coming to the big screen, Super Mario Galaxy movie. And Charlie Day, who is the voice of Luigi in the movie, was asked a question that, this was the most loaded question, but he took the bait.
Be right back.
Well, another Mario Brothers creation coming to the big screen, Super Mario Galaxy movie, coming out soon. When does it come out?
It's already out. It's
already
made
out.
$34 million.
Oh, that's right. I was talking to Anakin about it this morning. It's a big hit. Now, the stars of the movie were doing a little interview. They're doing it on their promotional tour. They're over in Tokyo, and Charlie Day, who is the voice of Luigi in the movie, was asked a question that this was the most loaded question, but he took the bait. Watch what Charlie says and really watch what his co-stars, how Anya Taylor-Joy and Keegan-Michael Key react to his answer.
I have a question for you, Charlie. You play Luigi, a great Italian guy. Who's your favorite Luigi in recent American history?
Recent American history? Well, me, first of all, number one. Luigi Mangione.
Luigi Mangione.
Number two. That's perfect. That's only one.
That's one we want to thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It's going to be great return to me.
Yeah.
Luigi Mangione, and I just said groom.
Anya wanted to teleport out of there.
I got to say,
she wanted to be somewhere else.
This is a very big social statement that people can, aside from the people who are supporting Luigi Mangione and assassinating the CEO of United Healthcare, that you can make jokes about it like that on stage, very publicly.
Right, and
it's
but
really
it makes stunning. When you say it, there will be people who will laugh and who think that there's.
They all laughed.
Anya did not. Anya looked like she wanted to teleport out of there. As I said, she was like, she understood how this was going to
But
play.
I heard a lot of
with
laughs.
Some of the
I heard a lot of laughs.
No,
Look, I mean,
Michael Key definitely was laughing.
It's insensitive. It's in poor taste. It's been happening from the very beginning. People have been making these quips.
Which
yes,
is
in
probably
poor
why
taste,
Charlie Day
but,
felt
like,
comfortable making the joke.
It's kind of seems like it's normal.
It's a statement. It is a statement.
I think it's hilarious that this reporter asked such a leading question, but the real crime here is that Charlie ranked them backwards. Okay, Luigi Mangione is arguably, or whoever the real shooter is arguably the closest thing to a real life superhero that we have ever seen in our country, and we should release him because the man has more work to do.
Oh God.
See?
No.
That's
no. Sorry.
Coming up.
I was mesmerized by Mercury 7, and I felt it yesterday.
Watching Artemis 2
I felt what I
lift off.
felt back then.
This view is really interesting because it was from an airplane.
Be right back.
When I was 11 years old,
oh boy,
I was mesmerized by Mercury 7, and pretty much every space
That was a
flight.
NASA mission for those who were.
Alan Shepard, he did a suborbital flight, and ever since then, it's been amazing. I felt it yesterday.
Watching Artemis 2
I felt what I
lift
felt
off
back then yesterday.
Was really amazing when we watched it yesterday. We were watching it live here in the newsroom, as most of you probably were somewhere. This view we're about to show you is really interesting because it was recorded from an airplane.
It's just crazy. You can just fly and see this rocket. I mean, that's an amazing shot. To just look out a plane window and see that is incredible. By the way, toilet broke last night.
Yeah, probably as the plane, right about as they're watching that, something broke on the toilet during the launch.
They were able to fix it. But I did some deep research today.
Oh, boy.
If poop got out of the space capsule, it would go 17,500 miles an hour.
As long as it stayed in low Earth orbit.
But think about that. 17,000, faster than a speeding bullet. It's amazing. We could do a whole series on it. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.